like to show you how to make a couple quick, inexpensive bobbin lace pillows with materials you can find around your house. Like I said, a piece of material, a piece of felt, inexpensive pieces of square pieces of cork you could get at Walmart, and cardboard boxes. We'll start with the one with the felt from Walmart. You can attach a couple of these pieces together if you like, to make it a little bit longer, and secure it to a piece of wood. Then after you do that, you could layer a piece of felt across to give you a smoother surface, and then of course cover it with a piece of cloth. And now you've got your own quick, easy bobbin lace pillow that you made with just merchandise or stuff you have around your house. Now, since this one would lay flat, you may want to take some rolled up fabric, which works great. Roll up some fabric and put it under the top of your foam. That gives you the slope. And then you'll be able to work on it. Now see, this is kind of weak in the middle because I got such a big piece of fabric here. But that's one way you can make a quick pillow with materials you have on hand. Now the other one is the one I made for a little girl. I used cardboard. I got a big piece of cardboard first, and I made a second piece of cardboard that was the same size. The third piece of cardboard is a little bit narrower, as you can see. The fourth piece is narrower still. Of course, you would also do the top the same way. The next piece is even smaller, and you can keep building up as many layers as you want. I try to make it a good 1/2 inch to 3/4 if possible. Then, like with the others, place a piece of felt over your work, give you a nice surface, and then put your fabric on top, and that gives you a nice tapered board. I don't know if you can see it tapered, but it tapers down, and pins stick in it. I lost my pins. Now the next thing you might have to make are bobbins, because you may not have any at this point. There's a way to make bobbins. You can take a wooden dowel. I only could find a small one. But you take a wooden dowel, break it in like a 4 or 5 inch piece, and have your husband or somebody make a little bit of a groove around the top. Or you can get a pencil eraser and stick on the top, something to have like a little end piece. You can't use a button because the button has to be glued and it would fall off. Another thing you could use is a pair of old knitting needles. Cut it off because you don't need them that long, but that gives you the stopper you need, as you can see on a regular bobbin, in order to keep your thread in place. Another thing you can use are just sticks that you pick up around your yard. As long as they're straight and a good size, sticks work too. Or you can actually use safety pins. I'll show you how they work. Oh, I'll show you how they all work. But what you would do is wrap your yarn around the bottom part of your safety pin, or the middle part. Take it as much as you want. I like that. That one broke on me. Must be an old safety pin. Let me try again. Wrap some yarn around the base of a safety pin, a clothespin, and then open the pin and put the yarn there, and that will hold your yarn as you work your bobbin back and forth. So there's, that one broke too. That's 4 different ways you can actually make bobbins without having a bobbin in your house. I thought that might be another good thing to have. I'm not saying you use these to do bobbin lace with. If you already have bobbins, please definitely use your bobbins. And they come in a variety of different types. I'll show you several different variations of what I have. And if you don't have them, I can show you the website you can go to order these parts. as well as the other parts. Thank you for watching. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe to my video, hit notifications so the next time I do one, you'll be one of the first to see it. I'm going to make a whole session of these showing how to do several of the stitches. I don't know them all, and at this point I only want to know the ones I know. If I wanted to make something different like a rose ground, I would go back and learn it and I would add it to my next project. But right now I just enjoy doing what I'm doing, and I hope I can pass on this craft to you. It's from the early 15th, 16th century. I believe it started in either Belgium or Germany. The kings always used to wear the ruffs around their neck, and they had to be made, and they didn't have machines, so bobbin lace was one form of lace making that they used. Here's a selection of assorted different bobbins that I've collected over the years. If you need to buy bobbins, this is the company, laces.com. They didn't put the .com here, but you would go to online shopping for free shipping, and it will come up with a search thing, and you type in the word bobbins. And when you type in the word bobbins, these and several others pop up. Now I went ahead and printed the pages because I don't always remember the different names. They also have a bobbin winder. I'll show you how that works. I have one. It's right here. It's real easy to use. Or you can wind them by hand. The first ones that I have is the English ones. And the English ones have a little knob at the end, but it doesn't have a second top on it. You just wind your thread here, and then you slip knot it right there, and as you work your way through it, like with these here, your thread just rolls at this point. Okay, so that one is the Belgian ones. And then I don't have any of the Brussels ones. The Brussels these are black ebony, but they have more of a tapered bobbin on it. The reason for this is to give weight to help the bobbins lay flat. And you can order them from here like this. You get one package of 10 is $12. And same with here, one package of 10. I don't see the price on this one, but you can order them all of them on this website. The next one I have are the Danish ones, and they're the ones I really like using. Where do they go? I like these because they're a little bit smaller, and they only have a small little section here, but the weight is still at the bottom. So I really like to use these Danish ones. The English American ones are like this. Get that out of the way. You see it has a little pointed tip on it. You can actually add beads if you want. This one's plastic. They come in plastic as well as wood. But these, they consider those English bobbins. Flemish bobbins are similar to these. They just have more of a taper at the bottom. French bobbins are similar to this, right? No, but they have a bigger thing at the bottom of it. But that's another type of bobbin. And then they have one here called Honten. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but you can see they're just very long and narrow for the entire way. And then the last page has these. They call these just square bobbins. As you can see, they're square. They won't roll off because they're square. These are the ones that they now put in the beginner starter kits. Originally, the ones they put in the starter kits were these, and they've switched to those right there. But both work just as well. Either one, it does. And then also I have these here. I purchased a whole bunch of these. They're wood, and they have the little beads on the bottom. That's your weight. And they came out smaller than I thought. I was expecting them to be about the size of my favorite ones. Were they? I thought, but I just didn't care for the beads at the end. So I'm going to put these on sale on my website. I think I have 4 packages of 10 or 5 packages of 10. So I either have 40 or 50 of them. I'll price them really reasonable because I really like to make them disappear. But some really love using them because of the decorative beads on the bottom. You can also make these little pouches. They're really quick and easy to do, but they're a great way to store your extra bobbin lace bobbins. You just stick them in the little pockets, and after you fill the pockets, roll it up, and now you have a nice secure way to hold your bobbins in place. They'll hold any kind of bobbin, any size of bobbin. You just can make these to fit.